Volume 3 of Semantic Errors recently came out, and I wasn't even aware of it. I just happened to see it in my local Barnes & Nobles while looking for another book, but of course I bought it and read it right away. Finally, there is progress being made in the relationship. Oh my god, the cliffhanger from Volume 2 was just so cruel. But gonna be honest, I had actually forgotten how Volume 2 ended when I read Volume 3. In hindsight, I probably should have done a quick skim of the last chapter from Volume 2 for a quick refresher, but I didn't, and oh my god, I was so lost. I started reading, and I was like, wait, what? What was happening in Volume 2? I'm so lost. It took a few pages, but then I was like, oh, yes, okay, right. But it was kind of funny for a little bit because I was confused by all the details of what was going on in the moment. I will admit, I was not a fan of Jaeyoung at first. I actually thought he was really fucking annoying like Sangwoo did, but okay, I will admit, by Volume 3, I have started to change my mind. I'm liking him a little bit more now. Like when Jaeyoung talked to the girl about Sangwoo, bro, oh my gosh, that scene was so funny. That man is down bad. And then when he pulled out the list of suitors for her, he totally looked like that parent or grandparent in a K-drama that tries to pay off the love interest to leave their son. And the whoever the zombie was at the dinner being one of the options is hilarious, not to mention she even recognized him. I think, it's pretty obvious Sangwoo will end up with Jaeyoung, but I do hope she ends up with the zombie guy. I think that'd be kind of funny. I will say the almost sex scene, I guess. Man, at first I was like, wait, Jaeyoung was bothering me, man. You gotta learn about consent. And when he saw Sangwoo cry, couldn't sleep for a few days from it, and all of a sudden did a 180 and actually followed consent. Like, wow, talk about a glow up. Like, okay, came out of nowhere, but I'm here for it. It was after that moment when I was like, okay, maybe this guy isn't so annoying anymore. Oh, and also his tattoo looks pretty cool, I will say. I didn't realize how much I started to like Jaeyoung more until I was picking what I wanted to draw for this video. When I skimmed the volume again, picking panels to draw, I noticed I was mainly picking Jaeyoung panels. And I was like, okay, interesting. I was like, I guess this will just be a Jaeyoung sprite then. I am excited for Volume 4, but it's like all the way in November. That's like the worst part about reading physical books instead of like a webtoon or something. You have to wait so long for the next volume. But there's not much I can do. I haven't watched the live action, but I'm pretty sure there is one. So I don't know, maybe I'll go give it a watch. I've heard it's good. But anyways, enough about my opinions. Let's talk about the actual art. I actually debated what I wanted to do for this. I have this one page in my sketchbook that I did for another manga where the title was written in color, but the actual drawings was just pencil, and I liked the way it came out. And I realized since both fan art was for a BL, I thought it'd make sense to do the same style for Semantic Error next to it. But I had already had the idea of doing a similar style like what I did for my derby video I posted last, where it was sketches with colored pencil and then one main drawing that was actually colored in. I debated back and forth deciding to do my original idea, but I think I will go back to Volume 1 of Semantic Error and do the other idea I had, so that way it matches with the current spread I have going on there. I think it'll look pretty nice when it's all complete. Not sure if I'll turn that into a video or not though. I don't think I will. I might just do it on my own time. So if you want to see how it looks, you're gonna have to subscribe for the sketchbook tour. Or maybe I'll make a post about it in my community post. I kind of want to post more like in progress work and just like random doodles I'm drawing not related to a video over there. So that sounds interesting. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Anyways, I will say the biggest downside to pencil is that they're like really hard to erase. Or at least, colored pencil. They're really hard to erase. You honestly can't really erase them, which is a problem when I make mistakes. In the main drawing, in his hoodie, I angled the eyes too intensely. I have that problem a lot where I angle the eyes too much. And I made him also look really mad instead of just like tired. And man, it was so difficult to fix. Thankfully, I was able to erase just enough that I could make a small adjustment to the eyes, but not as much as I would have wanted to. And I am happy I was able to fix his eyebrows a bit though. I made them way too intense originally, but thankfully I was able to angle them, I think, at a much less intense pose. So I don't think he looks mad anymore. Okay, for the vampire drawing, oh my gosh, I think I messed up his face shape. Like, it doesn't look like him, I think. I don't know. I always have this problem of capturing characters' likenesses. It's something I'm trying to work on, but it's really annoying. I definitely made his chin too pointy, but his hair was actually really fun to draw. It was like an interesting shape since it had a different style while he was in his vampire outfit. So honestly, I might copy that hairstyle into some sort of OC in the future because I really like it. I will say for the neck area where the cape is, I definitely got kind of lost as to what was happening, and I can't tell if it's obvious in the final piece that I was a bit confused. Okay, actually looking at the drawing I drew again, I think it actually makes sense a bit, but I don't think I connected the left side of his cape very well. That's the part where I was kind of confused by what was happening from the reference photo. But oh well, I was too lazy to draw like his waist area, so I just let his shirt disappear into the void. He had his earpiece thing that I think also had something hanging from it, and I don't know, I just thought it looked pretty cool. So nothing interesting about that, I just thought it looked really cool. Like if I had that in real life, I think I would totally wear that. I thought it looked pretty cool. Besides his vampire outfit, we also have the warrior frame. This one was definitely a just for fun pose I decided on, but it ended up being a bit awkward at first too. I think it came out alright, but at first it was a little rough, not gonna lie. I don't like ever draw faces from the side, so I'd say I'm still pretty bad at it, but because of the expression on his face, I was like, I could probably do this, and I was right. I think his side profile turned out like okay. Not perfect, but you know, it's like okay. The outfit wasn't bad to do. I definitely had issues originally blocking out the pose, but I ended up just kind of going for it, and thankfully it worked out. I tried to add his hand, but it looked really dumb. So I ended up kind of erasing it to the best of my ability and ended up basically drawing over it with the line art for the main drawing later. Okay, after I had all the sketches done, I went in to color the main drawing. I wasn't sure what colors to use originally. I did find this arteza marker I had that I think kind of matches his skin tone. I only did one layer in the video, but I ended up doing an extra layer to make it more smooth off camera. So his skin tone and hoodie color wasn't hard, but his hair was an interesting experience. I don't quite have that color his hair is, so I tried to blend a red and brown marker. It didn't really get it quite right, but I think it's better than nothing, I guess. I didn't add any details to the eyes like I usually do. I honestly just forgot, and now I think his eyes look a little empty and a bit weird, because I used to draw eyes like just a solid color like that, but I've been drawing some sort of details in the eyes for quite a long time, so now that he does include those details, his eyes look very empty to me. But whatever, it's fine. Like, it's still fine at the end of the day. It's just a little bit weird to me. After I finished coloring him in, I added the line art. I feel meh about it. I think like overall it's fine, but I definitely think the line art around his hair, I don't know, there's just something about the way I drew his hair where it feels very flat, you know, like I don't like, there's something missing to the way I drew his hair. I think it looked a little bit better in just the pencil before I did line art and colored it, but it definitely still feels like something's missing, but I don't know what it is. If you have any idea, please let me know, because it's bothering me, because it definitely feels like something's missing, but I can't pinpoint what it is. I also made his chin really pointy compared to before. It was a bit more flat, so that kind of sucks, but you know, whatever, we'll just move on from it. I also always get nervous with drawing mouths. I just feel like I'm gonna fuck it up every time, but thankfully this one actually turned out totally okay. For the final details of the page, I wasn't too sure what to do. I was going to write out Semantic Error first, and then I was going to write his name in Korean, but then I realized his name in English would fit quite well. I took some acrylic markers, which are the jusart acrylic markers. I have a review of them, by the way, in case you're interested, to add the final touches coloring wise in his name and adding outlines to the sketches to make them kind of stick out a little bit more. I also added this text bubble from the actual panel. I think it looks really nice. That took me multiple tries to put down. Oh my god. I used the white marker, and obviously white is like a really light color, so it can be kind of hard to layer a really big area like that. So I colored over the area once, colored over it again, and I was like, okay, I don't think I'm really getting that much closer. So I took a Posca marker, which tends to be a little bit better quality, I think, in terms of like, maybe, actually I'm not sure. But I wanted to try Posca marker to see if it helped at all. A problem with Posca marker is they peel up the paper so quickly. So I tried to very gently do the Posca marker over it again. And then I think, you know, at that point I was like, okay, this is the closest I'm gonna get. And honestly, it looks fine. So I added in the dialogue from the page or whatever that this reference is from. And honestly, I feel like it really pulls the page together. You know, I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. But anyways, that's it. What do you guys think of Semantic Error? I think I'll watch the live action at some point, and Jaeyoung has definitely grown on me. I'm excited for Volume 4 to come out in November. I will be getting it on day 1. I tried a bit of a new editing style this time, so let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for more and like the video. Okay, bye-bye.